Okay, guys, let's go over today's trades. Today we traded CARV, CARV, up here. This stock is pretty impressive. It made a very nice move. It was up like 700, 800% today alone. Okay, so it hit a high of $22, down from $2 up to $22. Okay, that was a high. Very impressive move. Let's see. We took a total of 5 trades on this stock. We'll jump into the 1 minute chart so we can see what it did. Okay, so here you can see that it was trading around $4. Then pre-market it shot up to $12, that's pretty impressive alone. Pulled back up to 12, pulled back to VWAP, and then it was just grinding up with these moves. These moves don't look that big, but they are pretty big. For example, this candle right here, it's got a range of 1643 high, 1473 low. So that's a good range. So out of the gates, we traded this one. Let's see, we could see here that this was a high of 1731. So the first entry was right out of the gates. I was watching for a dip. I wanted I wanted it to break this level here, this level of 1553, possibly come all the way down to this level, which is around $13 or 13.50, $14. So from 16 down to 14, the whole dollars. Well, a nice flush, uh, an entry on that flush. As it's coming back up, potential entry there for a move higher. This stock just shot up right out of the gates. So nice long entry would have been at 16.12, the high of this candle, for a move higher. So you can see it hit a high of $18, and then I jumped in on the pullback. It dropped, and on the way back up, I jumped in here around 16.50, sold up here on 17. So nice 50-cent profit on that first trade, decent trade. Okay, so there it made a high up here of 12.49. It pulled back, popped up, pulled back. This was a potential entry there at 1878 for a move higher. You can see that it worked nicely here. We had this pullback, a little uh, bull flag here. It broke this bull flag to the upside, and a high of this was 1840. So a break of 1840 was potential entry up to 1973. Another micro pullback, break of 1973 for a high of 22.97. Nice trading right there. I did not take those trades, but I was watching it. I did take this trade over here where you can see they hit a high of 22.97. It dipped, hit a low of 20.09. I got in at 20.13. That's pretty impressive. Just like 3 cents from the low and sold up around $21. So almost a whole dollar per share on that trade of profit. And then it shot up to 22.97. Of course, I left money on the table. And then it hit a high of 22.97 and it flushed hard. Came down to 19.49. I saw that dip. I jumped in around 1960, 1970, sold around 20.30. So it was nice 50 cent winner. Of course, I mean, if I would have just held, it would have went all the way up to 22.50 for my entry, or 19.50. Um, but I didn't, and it's okay. You can't go wrong with taking profit. And so that was that trade. And then the next trade was it pulled back here, it hit 22, hit resistance, and it flushed all the way from 22 down to 1868. I jumped in here. The low of this candle was 1866. I jumped in around 1870, and then I sold up here on 1970 and right under $20. So over a dollar per share on that dip buy, which very nice. And I believe this is the last trade here on this one. Um, Here you can see that it popped up, and then on another flush, I was waiting for a break of this level, which is 1866, a break of this candle right here. Boom, jumped in, had a flush all the way down to 1779, 1775. On the move back up, jumped in around 18, sold around 18.50. So nice 50 cent profit there, and that was pretty much it. Here you could see that it almost looked like it was consolidating here for a move higher, but really this is a bear flag. A pullback, a bounce, and then a break of this candle. This candle's low is a resolution to the bear flag. Uh, a more aggressive trade would have been an entry there at 18.21 for a short down to $15. That was a nice would have been a nice trade to the short side. And then it halted going down. It resumed lower, but it recovered. It bounced, hit a high of 16.50, 16.70. So that was it today. I took five trades, and they were all dip buys, green on all of them. And this stock offered a lot of opportunities. I left a lot of money on the table. There was an entry on the, probably not gonna be able to find it now, but it was very clean that I was gonna take pre-market before the market opened. It was a nice 50 cent pop, and I hesitated. I left it alone, but it's okay. So right now we definitely have momentum. CARV was the stock that had the most momentum today. There was a lot of stocks that were popping up on the scanner, but with very low volume. This stock, CARV, CARV, is the one that had all of the attention to it and all of the price action, the good price action. I was impressed on the way that how cleanly this was trading. I mean, it's straight textbook. The pullbacks, the micro pullbacks, the bull flags, everything was working. Everything. Uh, it's you don't really get these stocks that trade like this every day. My teacher Ross, he made around $220,000 on this stock. So I mean, it was very clean, very nice, a very nice stock to trade. Hopefully, we keep on seeing this price action. It would be nice if the price was a little bit lower on the lower end. But so that's something to keep an eye on. Dip buys are working very well. Uh, the other setups are working pretty good too. Out of the gates, the gap and go setups are working. So let's keep that in mind. If you have any questions or my trading or anything regarding trading, just let me know and I will help you out. All right, thank you.